So sad looking at that picture of the two of us because my watch is so prominently featured that Leanne bought me that got stolen from me.
Bummer. Where did it
Yeah,
get stolen?
at Soho House.
That place needs some better regulations and security. It's like the Wild West there.
I had two things stolen from me there.
What was the other thing?
My sunglasses. Two different.
Stolen or you lost them?
The sunglasses, I feel like were my fault. The watch was stolen. I went to the bathroom. Yeah, you don't know the story?
Remind me.
I was wearing like this one jumpsuit and I couldn't pee without taking off the jumpsuit because it's like one piece. So I took
Hmm.
off my watch and and put it on the thing, like
Right.
next to where you pee. And then I went pee and then I went back 2 minutes later because I was like, oh shit, my watch.
Oh, so you
And
left it like on the sink, you're saying? Like the wash your hands area?
no, it was like you don't have this. When you go to the bathroom and you're a girl, there's like this thing that you can put like sanitary pads or tampons. It's like a metal box.
Oh, wow.
It's like a
It's
trash
in
can
the Is it
in
in
your
the stall
stall.
with you?
Yes.
So someone went in the stall where you're peeing and stole the watch?
No, so I went pee and then I put my thing back on, left, realized I had forgotten it in there, went back 2 minutes later, and it was stolen.
Oh, so it's not like a strong box, it's more like a table.
What?
Like, it's not something you put in a box in a stall, it's something you rest things on top of.
What do you mean something you put in a box in a
Like,
stall?
okay, so, like, I have never been in a ladies' room before, um, but I'm just trying to picture what this is that you're talking about. Like, in the men's room, we have nothing. Like, in the stall, you have just, like, a hook for your coat, and it's, like it's very, like
It'd be
think of,
essentially
like,
like
a
if I put it
Russian
on the hook.
prison.
It'd be like if I put it on the hook for my coat.
But what do you have that we don't is what I wanna know.
It's like a metal box on the wall. Let me see if I can look this up for you. You've never been in a woman's room?
No, I'm not a sexual predator.
Sanitary box for bathroom. Okay, here we go. Um, images. So it looks like okay, this is perfect. Hold on. Just gonna
Mhm, mhm.
hold on.
I'm excited.
Hold, hold. I
Wait
didn't know
for
that you
it.
guys didn't have one because like sometimes I put like gum wrappers in there, like like kind of you use it as a trash can.
Are you supposed to use it as a trash can?
Yes, it is a trash can
So why do we not get trash cans in
because
men's
you
room?
don't. Oh my god, Jed, this is like the most annoying version of you. What do you mean?
I mean, we have, like, a regular trash can, but we don't have, like, a personal install trash
Because
can.
you don't have a period, Jet.
I have things I'd like to put in a box.
It's not. I don't like get what you mean. Like, you don't have a trash can in the room? I would like to be able to pee standing up.
That is true, that's the big advantage. And,
Okay,
like
this is what it looks like.
uh-huh.
Like, you see where the toilet paper is, and then there's this, like,
Yeah.
box where it was, like, on top of the box.
Can you put things in the box?
Jet, that's what you use it for, it's a trash can.
But you said on top of it, so I was confused.
Yeah, I put the watch on top of it, I wouldn't put the watch in the box with the tampons. What aren't you getting?
Oh, okay, it's for trash
Yes,
only.
what?
I thought it was for, like, if you had, like, how girls, like, don't have things with pockets a lot of times, so it's like you're carrying a lot of stuff. You don't wanna put it on the gross bathroom floor, so you put it in, like, a nice box that they have in the bathroom maybe. But it's not a nice box, it's just a trash can for tampons. It's the opposite of a nice box.
I'm so confused. Whatever, it got stolen from me there.
Mm,
Um, you know what? I did figure out I do have one story that I wanna tell you. Um,
okay.
this either will be boring for people at home or interesting if you've been listening to me for the last several months. So, I'm on Hinge
You're
today.
unhinged, yep.
What?
You're unhinged, yep,
Can you
I
let me
got that.
tell a fucking story or no?
Yes, sorry.
I'm on Hinge and I'm like with the people that you're compatible with, who pops up is that guy that I dated last year who is the therapist who took me to that, like, really dangerous situation downtown.
Yep.
Do you
Because he got
remember
too
when
high.
Yes, so, Jet, I swear to fucking God I took a screenshot of this. I swear to fucking on everything. This is what he changed his prompt to. My biggest date fail. So he pops up on my Hinge today.
Mhm.
My biggest
Didn't you
date
meet him on Hinge before?
it might have been on Locks Club, but it could have been on Hinge.
Okay.
I'm showing you this so you believe me. My biggest date fail. She got upset because I wasn't intuiting her fame. Got any pointers? He's talking about me.
Are you sure?
100%, because what happened was we got into a big fight because he took me in a really dangerous situation. He knew I had a stalker at the time. And I said, I can't be put in situations like these. Nobody should be put in situations like these, but you're too high. You can't be dealing with me right now. And like, you're not respecting the fact that, like, I've told you I am dealing with something different than most people are. So I messaged him
Oh, you did? Nice.
like, fuck you, you fucking cunt. You never hit me up again after leaving me in an extremely dangerous situation. And
Mhm.
the previous date, you had to apologize to me like a fucking psycho, and you got too high to try to keep up with me, you loser. I messaged him and said, that is a wildly unfair assessment as you put me in an extremely dangerous situation after already having to apologize on the previous date. But if it helps you gain the sympathy or trust of other women, then have at it.
Did he respond?
No, I don't know if he's seen it yet because you know how Hinge works. Like,
I don't know how Hinge works.
you never went on dating apps?
No, no, a Hinge didn't exist when I was doing dating apps.
Oh, like, it's not like you both like each other at the same time on a dating app. He popped up and I responded to that. He hasn't, like, seen it.
Oh, okay.
You seem to not
Wow.
know how anything works today.
Well, I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how things I don't have experience with works. Like I know how normal things work, like other normal things. Like I know
Like,
how a guy's bathroom works.
no
Ask
part of
me any
me
question about the men's bathroom. I'll
no
answer it.
part of me was like, "I'm so famous. I'm so famous that, like, and you need to understand that." Like, fuck you. And you guys remember, if you've been watching me for a while, that I felt even weird about the fact that I did say it like that, but it's true. Like, I have a tiny level of notoriety. I cannot be nobody should be, but, like, on the streets like that on fucking Skid Row, I was nervous, and you're too high to be like, to be a human with me.
So you never said to him, "I don't think you're intuiting my level of fame." That's not a quote that came out because it sounds so much like you.
Like, what a fucking prick.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his. I wasn't a big fan of that move, and I'm less of a fan of this move. But from what you told me about him, it was like really awkward, and so like he probably is not going to have a lot of success going forward.
Yeah, disgusting.
But
Like,
that is
you changed your
that,
biggest date fail to be about me when you were too high and brought me to Skid Row.
what's your biggest date fail?
I have so many. I've
That's
never
your
had a
fault,
date success.
but no, one that's your fault. Because like date fail, I would assume is like something that you did to screw it up, right?
No, he wrote on his date fail that I fucked up.
Yeah, but that's obviously so wrong.
No, I don't think date fail is necessarily that the other person that you fucked up.
Do you feel like there's one you fucked up? I gotta think. I'm sure I fucked up many a dates, but it's been a while now.
Um, yeah, I'm sure I have. Definitely. There was this one guy I was dating right out of college. I honestly don't remember his name, but I liked him. I don't remember. It might have been Ross,
Hmm.
whatever it was. And I got really drunk and was just like so mean. Like, and the next day I was like, who gives a shit? And he was like, I care.
Wow.
And I was
So
like,
what'd you do?
oh,
You told him he wasn't respecting your level of fame at that time too?
no, he moved.
Because of that? Wow, that's a
No,
really
I
big
don't
date
think so.
fail.
I don't know. I don't think I ever saw him again. Um,
Sad.
I can't think of anything else, but I know there is other stuff. You guys probably at home know better my date fails of things that I have done.
I want to know if anybody has any good ones in the chat too. If anybody has any really funny ones.
Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Please send in support. You guys know it's been a really fucking tough year. Today is Mario Day. It's Steph
Oh
Sabral's
yeah,
birthday. Shout out to the B-Day queen. So send it in, hook it up, send that love. And my brother's here. I convinced him to come on the show today. He was like, I can't come right now because I need to go to Whole Foods.
it's an exciting life, Rock. It's an
So we
exciting
waited
life.
for Jet to go to Whole Foods.
And CVS. Let's not, skimp on the details. We needed a humidifier. That's pretty exciting.
Why are you guys having a hard time breathing
Leanne has laryngitis
right now? Oy,
currently. Yeah, she's had it for like 2 weeks. Her voice is shot.
because
I
of the
haven't got.
kid, because of the students or no?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. Have you ever had laryngitis?
Yeah, you know I lose my voice sometimes.
Yeah, but I thought that was because of your nodules.
No, laryngitis comes from a cold typically.
Um, I have not had laryngitis. I've had pneumonia twice in high school.
Okay. Shout out to the Streamlabs. The first Streamlabs coming from Christian Hardesty who says, Hey Rocks, happy Friday. Happy you liked the stuff I sent you. My brother liked it too. I showed him all of the Celtics, all the Tatum stuff. Sick.
Really awesome. Sick. That sweatshirt is fire.
Fire. What is the garden ghost though? I was like,
It's a nickname. I think they're trying to workshop. He doesn't really have a nickname. A lot of great players have nicknames.
yeah, the truth.
And yeah, the truth. Shaq was Diesel or the Big, whatever you want to call him. He's
Mhm.
had a bunch of nicknames. Kobe was Black Mamba. Um, and so Tatum hasn't really had a nickname. So I think people are just sort of workshopping ones. A lot of people his son is Deuce, so they just call him Big Deuce. A lot of people, but I guess the Garden
Mhm.
Ghost is one they're workshopping too. I don't know. We need a nickname for Tatum. Every great
Cool,
player has
cool.
a nickname.
The sweatshirt's sick though, so that's all I care about. It is so great. And then he said, "P.S. I was in Vinny's stream a few minutes ago, and he said he would love to make some Pokemon related YouTube shorts with you. Think seeing you guess some Pokemon would be great. Whatever Vinny wants to do, I'd be happy to do. He's awesome." Garth Harkness McMurray in the Streamlab says, "Many thanks for your kind words in the Real Rejects Patreon of the day. Shout out, patron of the day. Shout out. You're welcome. It was nice timing that happened to be with them. I know how crazy is that." You're the best to us fans, and it's why I've been a huge fan of you for over a decade. Much love to you and Jet from Boston. Thank you, Garth. Yeah, it was so funny,
Thank
Jet.
you.
So I've been doing this show. I think I told you this. I've been guesting on the Real Rejects, who are one of my
Yeah.
favorite YouTube channels. I love them. And Greg, John's been amazing too, but Greg has been like a really great friend to me, and he's just awesome. He's been bringing me on the show kind of now like once a week. And when they were doing their Patreon shout out, they were doing Garth McMurray's. And I was like, I love Garth McMurray. And they thought that I was fucking with them. So they're
Oh,
like,
like that
oh,
you didn't know who he was.
so they were like, oh, yeah, tell us what you love about Garth McMurray. And I like started telling them, I was like, well, he's an East Coast boy. He's really knowledgeable in the comic book scene. Like I just started like naming all the things. And they're like, oh, you do
You
love
know
Garth
who this
McMurray.
person is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. They were like cracking up about it afterwards. When we cut the video, they were like, "You really know him?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I know. I love Card." It was funny for sure.
So
But they thought they were going to stump me. They did not.
with today being Mario Day, and I saw you did a Mario trailer reaction too. I was wondering, did you ever play Mario, or did you just watch me play Mario?
In the video, it's funny enough. I said this kind of reminds me of when I used to watch my brother play Mario, and they were like, "Okay,
There's the
like
answer.
yeah." So I think you would let me play sometimes, but I have way more memory of like watching you play.
Do you remember? So I think it was for my birthday. I'm pretty sure is when I got a Nintendo 64. So I want to say like May 1996, 1997. I think it was birthday, not Hanukkah. And the game that came with every Nintendo 64 was Mario 64. That's like one of the GOAT games. And I don't know if you remember this, but when I was younger, I had like a serious video game anger problem with like smashing
Yes,
controllers, getting
yeah.
really mad. So I got the console on my birthday, plugged in Mario, was playing it, got mad, and mom had to take away the console and send me into timeout on my birthday because I was being a brat.
Were Grammy and Papa there?
I don't know if they were there, but
I
that's
remember
what happened,
one
right?
time when you got in trouble when Grammy and Papa were there and you were sent to your room and you were so fucking pissed.
One time on another birthday, so man, I got in trouble a couple birthdays. I remember we always took the picture with our fingers to show how old we are.
Yeah,
So like 7,
yeah.
5, stuff like that.
Which got
Mo-
confusing because then we started doing that for our grades in school.
yeah. So it's hard to keep track of the pictures. But anyways, for one birthday, mom was like, "All right, Jet, take a picture with however many fingers you are up, and Roxy will be next to you showing however many fingers." And I just refused to do it, and I was like, "No." And then she sent
Why?
me to my room for that. I don't know. I don't remember why, but I got so there's been at least two separate occasions on my birthday where I was sent to timeout.
Interesting.
I think though that here's my idea for you for more content because you don't have enough jobs. Um, I want a Roxy Stryer Twitch channel where you play video games because you hate games, and to see you be frustrated with it would be entertaining, I think.
So you want me to
What do
be
you think?
miserable?
No, I think that well, no, not miserable. Maybe you'll fall in love with it.
No, I've done it.
But maybe but now that you're older and wiser, you'll be like, you know what? I love video games. I love games.
Do you guys want to know a really cute birthday thing that used to happen? By the way, continue to Streamlabs and we appreciate you guys. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. For my birth, well, keep in mind, okay, Jet and I are best friends now. However, growing up, we were not.
No.
And it was miserable and brutal. But the one thing that I can ever remember Jet consistently doing for me when he wasn't being a dick,
It
was
was my fault that we weren't friends, not yours.
at first for sure.
Mm,
Then it was my fault, but it started as your fault.
okay.
Um, he did on my birthday every year, he did these like extremely elaborate scavenger hunts for me. Like very elaborate. He would like send me all around the house and the yard and like like to get to the presents for my birthday. It was so fucking cute. How did you think of that?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun, and so yeah, every year, mom would give me like the pile of presents she got for you. She'd take you maybe somewhere, or I'd send you out of the house, and I would hide them throughout the house, yard. Usually, your birthday's in the summer, so we were
My
usually at the
mom was
beach
a
house.
very generous gift giver.
Yeah, it's very,
Very
and so
generous.
sometimes I'd hide them like near the beach, on the beach, like all over the area. At least the ones that I thought would be, easy to be found. If it was a super expensive present, I
And there
wasn't
would be
hiding it
like
on the
little
beach.
riddles to get to the next thing.
Yeah. Each one I'd come up with a different riddle or something like that, and I did that for Sky too. I think a couple times also, right?
Really?
I think so. We'd have to ask her. We'll have to get her on the show. She really wants to be part of this.
LOL. In the super
Um,
chat, Alexander Wilson says, "Ask Jet how the Celtics will win the NBA championship this year."
Great question. How they'll win is by getting their shit together and playing better than they're playing right now. But uh, it's right now, I think that there's a lot of apathy with the team and that they're just like, all right, the regular season's 82 games. We have like 15, 12 games left. Like, all right, let's just get to the playoffs. And they're hoping they can just turn it on in the playoffs. I think that the Celtics have the best roster in the NBA, and anything other than winning the championship this year would be a disappointment for them. So they need to start to care more about the games they're playing in from opening tip off to the end. They too often will like take quarters off and like kind of go through the motions. Another thing that I think is important for them is they're way too reliant on shooting three pointers. That seems to be their philosophy. And in the playoffs, when you're not hitting three pointers, you can't just say, "Oh, well, we're going to hit him the next game," because that might be the last game you play. So they have to be more diverse in what they do offensively. I think if they're able to do those two things, play with more intensity and change up what they do offensively, there's no reason they shouldn't win the championship. The roster is good enough. And like I said, if they don't, it would be a failure, in my opinion.
Staying in the world of sports, Mike Joyce in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, "Your sports guy, Jet, thoughts on the Bears trade today?"
Uh, I wonder if Jake is excited because the Panthers now have the first pick in the draft. That's Jake's team,
So
right? Is
what
the
was the
Carolina
trade?
Panthers.
Yeah.
So the Panthers traded 2 first round picks, 2 second-round picks and a pretty good receiver named DJ Moore to the Bears for the first overall pick. So
Mm.
one of the picks is their first rounder this year, which I think is number 9. So the Bears traded down from 1 to 9, and then they picked up 2 more second rounders and another first the following year. So they got a lot and a very good wide receiver too.
Who do you think is going to go in the first pick?
It's going to be one of 2 quarterbacks, either CJ Stroud from Ohio State or Bryce Young from Alabama. Probably Young is the favorite right now, but there's still a lot of time left before the draft for teams to work people out. So it will be, if you're trading for the top pick, you're trading for a quarterback. A 100% chance it will be a quarterback. Carolina needs one. The Bears, I think, made a good decision to trade down. Looks like they have a quarterback in Justin Fields, and they don't really. He's young. They don't need to invest in that. So pick up more picks, pick up a player who's useful, and try to build the team around him. So I think it makes a lot of sense for what the Bears are trying to do. For Carolina, you're starting from scratch now. Like, you're hoping you hit on the quarterback, and you're building the team, around him. So it's going to be a rough few years in Carolina, but this is sort of the way the NFL goes. If you don't have that guy at quarterback, you're really shit out of luck. So you have to
Speaking of
keep
which,
throwing
what are we
darts.
going to do?
I was hoping the Patriots were going to go after Lamar Jackson, who's a restricted free agent. It seems like, we could talk about this all day. Seems like there's a lot of weird stuff going on with his free agency, in terms of like the NFL kind of colluding against him. But it looks like they're going to, in all likelihood, stick with Mac Jones and
Because
sort of,
doesn't his team get like a first right of refusal in terms of they get to
yeah,
match the?
yeah, exactly. So what a restricted free agent is that he has the right to negotiate a contract with other teams. The Ravens, who put the franchise tag on him, have the right to match anything. But if they choose not to, they get 2 first round picks in terms of compensation, so they don't lose them for nothing. Um, so that's what a franchise tag is. A regular restricted free agent, you can just match. You don't get any
Who
compensation
can
if
you
you
put a
choose not to.
franchise tag on? Like, which teams can do that?
You can put it on whoever you want. Every team has the ability to do it. You get 1 per off season.
Oh,
So usually you do it with a player that you don't want to lose. Wouldn't do it for just like a bum player. And there's 2 types of franchise tags. One is an exclusive franchise tag, which is almost never used. One is a non-exclusive franchise tag. The exclusive one means that you you can't negotiate with other teams. Basically, is that you're stuck on that team, but they're paying you more for that. To use that. Non-exclusive, it's less money, but you can negotiate with other teams and you can get compensation back.
hmm. Why is exclusive almost never used? Because it's more expensive.
Yeah, because it's more expensive.
Who's your favorite Mario character?
Luigi. I always played
Really?
Luigi in Super Smash, not Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart. Always Luigi.
We
I think
used
it's
to
because he's
sometimes
green.
play Mario Kart together. Sometimes. You
Yep.
know, you know what I remember playing with you more though was Zelda.
Zelda's a one-player game.
No, with you in the room.
Oh, like watching me play, you're saying?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh,
And the one that I actually used to play with you, like to both of us, was Mortal Kombat.
I've talked to you about this before. We blatantly never had Mortal
Yes, we
Kombat.
did, Chet.
100% chance that we did not have
You're
Mortal
wrong.
Kombat. We had
It's not
other
true.
fighting games. We just didn't have Mortal Kombat.
And we played NBA,
That
whatever
we
that
did.
was. And
We
I
did
liked
NBA
Grant Hill
Jam.
and Jason Kidd.
Hmm.
No, we played Mortal Kombat, Jet.
I'm sure you
Who's
think
more
we
likely to
did.
remember this? Me, who only played like 3 games, and that was one of them, or you?
Or me, who owned the system and bought the games. Me.
No, I'm telling you, we used to play. What
Um,
fighting games do you think we played?
we played Super Smash Brothers. Like, I didn't love fighting games all that much. That's another reason why we didn't have Mortal Kombat.
We did have Mortal Kombat.
I
Also, Luigi's kind of like not the best character.
Yeah, but he's green, and that's my favorite color.
Yeah,
Who's your favorite Mario character?
Peach.
Oh, such a basic bitch
I
answer.
know, I know. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is gonna smash it.
I'm excited for the movie. It looks good.
Did you like the trailer yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I did, and I'm excited. I've been playing Mario since I was 3, so I'm excited to see like a good version of it. I'm not a huge fan of them not just going with the voice actor of Mario and going with Chris Pratt, but however they feel like they need to market the movie. Um, but I'm excited about this whole like video game to media revolution that's happening right now with Last of Us, and people were like, "Sky is watching Last of Us,"
No way.
Roxy, like, and she loves it.
Are you serious? Why hasn't
I'm
she said that to me yet?
100% serious. I don't know. Just relax.
I was just on the phone with her.
But like, this is what I've been thinking for a long time, and I know a lot of people, your fans of yours, are gamers, are in the gaming community too. This is the better form for video games, is like prestige TV shows, not movies. Like Mario, that's
But
great.
Mario's
Mario's
gonna be a
not like
movie.
super, yeah, but Mario's not like super plot dense. Like other things that they've tried to turn into movies over the year, like Prince of Persia, World of Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, even Drake's Fortune, which I thought was okay. They're so much better suited to being TV shows than the movies. Like video games take a long time to beat for the most part. There's a lot of story and plot elements there, and it's hard to jam it all into 2 hours. Like Last of Us, you've watched all of Last of Us. There's no way that could be a movie that would feel like it's telling the story properly. And so I'm hoping that the lesson learned from this with its popularity is like you can make a really awesome prestige show out of so many video games. You don't have to jam it into a movie.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I definitely agree with you. But also we could make original things too.
Original is great too. I've heard that there's some great original ideas going on in the Roxy Stryer brain right now
Mm.
that are perfect for movies, shows, whatever.
Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What do you guys think? Are video games better adapted for television? Who is your favorite Mario character? Do you think that my brother and I played Mortal Kombat?
The answer is no, we
The
didn't.
answer is yes.
Sports betting just opened in Massachusetts today for app based. So if that's on the board, bet no because we did not play Mortal Kombat.
I think that California had that on the last ballot, and I think we betted against it or voted against it.
I You did, and it's a shame because it's very exciting. I got all these like they're getting bombarded with advertisements like sign up, put in $10 in like FanDuel or MGM and get like $1,000 free. So there's been like so many promos. So I have like so much free money in gambling right now.
Are you doing it?
I mean, I'm not going to do it regularly, but I took advantage of all the promos. It was literally free money.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
it was
should do
like
that.
most of it was just if you put in like a minimum like $5 or $10, they give you at least $50 to $100 in free bets. So
Can I do that from here or no?
no, because it does a like a geotags you on the app.
It's
But I
really
think you can
annoying.
go to a casino in California and bet on sports. I'm pretty sure, and also you're so close to Vegas, anyways.
I mean, I'm still 4 hours.
Yeah, but it's Vegas.
Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ash says, how dare you, Jet? Mario is so plot dense. He shows up at a castle expecting cake, and then he massacres Goombas, boom bombs, booze, and chain
Ba-bombs.
chomps. What?
Ba-bombs.
The bombs. Oh, yeah. The bombs, booze, and chain chomps, and gets his damn cake.
I don't think you can massacre booze. They're already ghosts. So I think the massacres happened. But yeah, I mean, listen, I love Mario. I've played every single Mario game for a console that's ever come out. So this is not me ragging on Mario, but again, I just think it's not the most plot dense game. I'm sorry. Is it super creative and fun to play? Without a doubt. But I think that I don't think an HBO Mario series would work. But I've been proven wrong before. Not with Mortal Kombat, that I was proven right on, but with other things, proven wrong.
Are you jealous that I went to Nintendo World?
Super jealous. You get to do all things that I want to do.
If you
You've
moved here,
been
you could do it with me.
Super Bowl, World Series. Although I went to the World Series, I just didn't see them win.
And you and I saw the Celtics win together.
We did. We did do
Game
that.
6, 2008.
That's right. And then you wanted to leave early right after they won to go to a party.
No, I didn't.
All right, Sky, get on here.
Oh my god.
This is exactly how it happened. I'm sorry. This is the truth. You didn't want to leave during the game. That's 100% true. They won. You're like, all right, let's get out of here, beat the traffic. I have a party to go to. Sky and I
What
were like,
party?
no, they have a trophy. Like they're doing a celebration. And when we would have missed that, anything is possible if you had your way.
What are
Also, I
you
got
even
lost on our way
talking
home.
about?
That's, I don't believe, what do you think happened?
That we stayed and then I went to the party.
We stayed, but you wanted to leave early.
Did I know they were doing like a thing?
I don't know if you knew that, but you were like, let's beat traffic.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds like 16-year-old Roxy
Right, exactly.
would want to beat traffic, but I don't think I was like, I don't want to watch this. I think I probably thought I didn't know what they were doing.
I think you're like, all right, deal's done. They won the championship. Party time.
It's just like the way that you described it was as if I wasn't like a super fan of like staying to
When do you
watch
feel
them
like
win.
do you feel like you are always a super fan, or do you feel like later in life you became more invested
Of what?
with sports in general?
I definitely think that I've always been the second biggest fan of the three of us.
Oh, Sky doesn't give a shit. So
And
that's not
and I do. I
yeah. Yeah,
definitely
no,
do.
you legitimately do.
Um, and I
But I
always
don't remember you watch the
I went to a
Patriots
lot of Celtics
now.
games. I watched
Yeah,
the
you did, but
Patriots. I watched the Patriots ever since Tom was there, for sure. And remember,
I
I
don't
used to
remember
have
you
girls
watching
over the
games.
house.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Let's see, what do I
and
know?
there's one time that you were so fucking petty about that to this day you're still petty about it. And my friend is dead, so you can't be petty that much anymore.
Oh, because she clogged the toilet?
That was during the Patriots game.
Really? She just ruined
Yes.
that toilet. Absolutely ruined it.
Yeah, she did.
That must have been what killed her. Her diet.
Oh my god, the insensitivity is insane. Um, but yeah, I used to have girlfriends over to watch the game, but no, I never like I even remember
Where would you
watching
watch the game?
in the basement, Jet.
Oh, that's maybe after when I was in college.
Yeah, and before that, I would watch in the basement with you.
And all my friends?
Yes. I would like be on a stool in the back every game.
Or maybe that's
Ask
how
your
I didn't know. I
friends.
just never turned around. I'm going to. I'm going to ask them.
Sometimes I would go over to a friend's house. Like Jilly really liked sports too. Dana liked sports. Or like Dan. Sometimes, yeah. But no, I mean, I watched and I loved growing up. I liked basketball way better than I liked football. And we went to a lot of games.
I saw this story. I told Dad about this fifth grade girls team, basketball team in Alabama. And they played together for a couple years. They were so good that they moved them to play in the boys league instead of the girls league, and they
What?
won the league. But I'm not done with my story.
Wait,
They
but they
won
were
the
so
league.
good they put them in the boys league?
Yeah, yes, and they won the championship of that league. But they didn't get trophies because they were like not an official part of that league. And so I was telling that to Dad, and Dad's like, "See, this is why I always thought girls and boys should play together, with soccer, basketball, and stuff like that." In Newton, because we had a girls' league and a boys' league for both soccer and basketball. Sometimes there'd be like a crossover, and I said, but the problem was that you wouldn't want to play with like people you didn't know. You wanted to play with your friends. And then I was saying to Dad, like, also, I couldn't imagine Roxy or Sky playing in a league that was like, would you consider was the girls' league really competitive? Because like NAA, the basketball got like intense, like fights would break out.
Yes.
I don't remember. I remember being so bored at your
First of
games.
all, you
It
and your
was so low
memory.
scoring.
First of all, you and your memory. I played AAU.
There's just no way that you played AAU. Like you
I
weren't good
played
at basketball.
AAU. I was on the Jaguars travel basketball jet for 2 years.
But like, was that like a okay? If you sign up, you're on AAU,
No,
or do
that's
you
not
think
how
did you have to
AAU
try out for?
worked.
Did you have to try out for that team?
Yes, Chet. I
But
got
you were dog shit at basketball.
I was not dog shit. I was
No, you're
significantly
a good
better than you
passer.
were.
You're good. No,
I
you
was
weren't. No, you weren't.
Yes, I
That's so
was.
untrue. I was
I was
significantly better than no.
I was, Jet. You were scrappy. I was better, but I got 2 minutes playing time per game AAU. And NGBA, I played almost the whole game as a 2 guard.
Okay, but that doesn't
And it
say
was
that you were
very
better than me.
intense. Just because I
Was it?
didn't have Phil Levoff,
Was it intense
aka
because
Henry
the
Winkler.
scores? Was it intense because the scores at the end of the game were 7-5?
Jet, what are you talking about? Our basketball were not low scoring, and our soccer was intense too. Also, do you not remember that I practiced soccer with you and your team?
Yeah, Dad would bring you along as like the mascot.
No, I played with you guys, Jet.
Yeah, you would play and you'd get
Me and
work.
Isabella Grigoli.
Isabella Gregoli was my year though. She was actually on the team. You were
I
the
know,
team
but I would
mascot.
practice and I would always be opposite Isabella Grigoli, who
Like
had the
you and
only
her would be
parents whose
one on
dad
one.
took the mom's last name, and I always thought that was cool.
Wait, that's real? I didn't know that was that was what happened.
You don't
That
remember
I don't
any of
know.
that.
I feel about that. The dad taking
What?
the mom's last name.
What?
It's just because like I don't know.
Are you
It's
about to say
so
some
like
sexist shit?
no, it's definitely sexist and antiquated. But like at the same time, like I feel like if you're the one like you're doing it for a reason. So you're either like a big SJW or you're just like you get bullied into it. Either way,
But
it's
why
not
does
good.
a woman take a man's last name?
No, it's like because it's just like it's happened and like maybe like 500 years ago someone should have said this was dumb, but now at this point the ship has sailed and so like if you're
Chet, think
taking
about literally every single thing that they say, well, it happened to. Like, hashtag indigenous people, hashtag every genocide, hashtag the fact that slavery is still legal in most states. Like, I hear
and
you.
those things I don't condone. I want to make this very clear. I'm not pro genocide or slavery. That's got to be very clear and explicitly stated.
But you also aren't pro Grigoli.
No, no. I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely person. I don't know what ended up becoming of her, but I think that I would like to have a conversation with her dad and just be like, "So, what was the
So you
rationale
don't think
behind
it's weird
this?"
if the wife doesn't take the husband's last name,
No,
but you do think it's weird if the husband does take the wife's last name.
bizarre.
Okay.
Like that like serial killer trait.
You should grab your wife and see what she thinks about that.
Actually, Leanne took my last name.
I know. I
What are
know.
you gonna do?
We have a good last name. First I'm gonna have to find a partner.
Step one:
Feels
get a
like
box.
you can't
Step
really
two:
make
put a hole
that.
in the box. What?
Are you talking about the fucking in the women's bathroom again?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure everybody in your chat knows, and just you don't know.
Are you talking about dick in a
Step.
box?
Yeah.
Why?
So just at step one, and it reminded me of that.
Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in that support. We're not here that much longer, but in the Streamlabs, we have Christian Hardesty who says, who do you guys think could make a deep run in March Madness this season outside of North Carolina, since it looks like they're going to be the first preseason number one to miss the tournament? Sorry, Jake. I have no idea. I don't ever pay any attention to college sports, any sport, any team.
Here's my advice for doing March Madness brackets: don't pay attention to college basketball. If you do, you're very likely to fail. The it's a total crapshoot. But in terms of who I think's likely, Alabama has been really impressive this year, even though they have a guy who literally murdered somebody and a guy who assisted in that murder, and the
What are
guy
you
who
talking
assisted
about?
is still on the team. A player on Alabama shot and killed somebody. The player who gave him the gun that was used in the murder is Alabama's best player, but is not charged with anything.
Oy.
He's going to be the third pick in the draft.
Is that the
So
guy who came
Alabama's
on
really
to the
good.
bus this year
Came on to the bus.
and shot the
I can't.
people on the bus?
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Is that not the guy, the Alabama guy?
I don't believe so.
Who did he kill?
Uh, I don't remember who the person was that he killed, but
It wasn't
this
multiple people
person
on a
who
bus?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's worth checking out the story. But anyways, the guy who gave him the gun was his teammate, and he's the best player of the team. And there's been no, suspension or anything at that or anything like that. Mike Joyce, I see you in the chat. You're right. That was at Virginia.
That I'm talking about with the
So
bus?
yeah, that's right. And that
Okay.
was football.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, okay, so you were right. But in terms of March Madness, like I said, the less you know, the better. Though one thing that's worth noting is I think the past 12 or 13 tournaments, a number one seed has won. It's been a lot in a row, but the overall number one seed has not won for a long period of time too. So if you're going to pick a winner, pick a one seed, but don't pick the overall one seed. That seems to be a good strategy to get in there. So
Do you do
like I said,
do you do March Madness brackets?
yeah, every year, my friends and I are join a pool or do one like on ESPN, like a big group one or something like that. And I never win.
What is it, like $5 or like big money?
Like no, like $20, something like that.
Mm.
We used to have a big one in high school that Dan Grube would organize. I don't
Fuck
know if
him, hate
you.
him. I don't
Yeah,
speak
he
about him.
sucks. No, he sucks. He's the worst.
I
But
like that this
yeah,
episode we've decided to first name, last name everybody. Isabella Grigoli, go find her.
but nothing but love for Isabella Grigoli, though.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Her dad, I have questions about. Don't not. I'm sure he's a wonderful man, but I want to know the backstory there. But
Mm.
also, I think that it needs to be readdressed that you were not better than me at basketball.
I think you
Someone
need to
on this
check.
chat suggested a game of horse. I'm more than willing to do that.
We used to play horse in our backyard.
We did, and you probably never
Also,
won.
you can only say one of our names, okay? You cannot explain it. You cannot go into depth. You can only say one of our names, okay?
No, I know what the question's going to be. Who has a varsity letter?
Yes. Yes. Who has
So
a
I'm not
varsity letter?
following your rule. I'm not following your rules. I don't care that
I
I'm on
have
your
a
show
varsity letter and you don't. How good of an athlete could you have been?
because I was so good that I didn't play varsity because clubs recruited me. Like, and I was making money playing sports, and that
You
just didn't
weren't.
fly with
You were
the.
not.
Yeah, it
You
was.
you were literally making them up. Wait, what were we just talking about that I
I
wanted
don't
to say?
understand what. Let me ask you this: I was the manager senior year of the varsity girls soccer team. Why did I not get a varsity letter for doing the exact same thing you
You
did?
didn't do the same thing. You
How is it
didn't.
not the same thing? You were the manager of the varsity lacrosse team. I
I
was
went
the
to
manager of the
every
varsity soccer team.
single game.
So did I. So did
I did
I.
stats and analytics and came up with plays for them. Mac and I were like
That
fucking
not
sitting in the
I don't buy
rooms.
that part.
Yeah, we were because I played lacrosse.
But aren't the rules different for men's and women's lacrosse?
Barely. Barely.
I know you went to every game. I'm sure you took stats as I did with my duties for the women's soccer team.
No.
But I draw the line that you made plays for them. I don't think the
No.
coach
It's
was like, "Hey,
completely different.
Roxy, what do you got? What do you got for play for me?"
100%. I'd be like, what if you did this and this? And I would like distract the guys on the other team and shit.
You
That's
would
true.
distract the guys on the other team.
Yeah, one
What would
guy
you
wrote
do?
his number on a ball and threw it at me. Dan was not happy about that.
How would you distract them?
By flirting.
Like mid-game, they're playing.
Yeah.
Like, what
Matt
were
could
you
be like, go
doing?
Matt could be like, Rox, go do your thing. You're like going in. That was great. Honestly, that was great.
I'm serious. I am drawing the line that you came up with plays for them. That I
I
just
did. I
can't.
really
Don't
did.
find believable. Don't
I
find that
did. And I helped them
believable.
practice and I would throw balls with them. Garth Harkness McMurray in the Streamlabs says, Roxy, to prove to Jet that you played Mortal Kombat with him, talk about the characters you played in the most and their finishing moves and which
There you
characters
go.
Jet played
Please,
the most.
please do.
This is not fair because, as you guys know, I don't remember anything from any movie
Mm,
or any video
mhm,
game ever, ever.
mhm.
There was Snake
Name
Eyes.
one thing. Name one thing about Mortal Kombat besides that it's a fighting
Okay, we
game.
would play in like different arenas. Like some of them would have like fire in them, and some would be in like the woods and shit. Like there was different arenas. I remember that.
Okay. All right. I guess that's one thing. Name
That was
two
the thing
things.
that I remember. And there was a girl. I forget her name, but she was dope, and I think she was
There's
blonde.
more than one girl.
Sonia.
There's more than one
Sonia.
girl.
Sonia. Did I make that up?
Sonya Deville.
No, it was Sonia something else.
Sonya Deville's your friend.
Yeah, no, was it not Sonia? I really thought it was.
It might
I
be.
thought. Okay, I don't know. I feel like it was
Mhm.
Sonia, but I don't know.
Oh,
Um,
someone's saying
I
Sonya Blade. A lot of people are saying, there you go. You
okay,
got somebody.
Sonya Blade. Thank you. I really did play. Oh, is that Street Fighter?
Let's look.
Is Street
Is
Fighter
it
not
Street
Mortal
Fighter?
Kombat?
Oh, no, it's Mortal Kombat.
Okay, thank you. Wow, fuck you guys.
You know where Mortal Kombat was at a lot of like arcades. Do you remember? Maybe we played it at an arcade.
No, you and I used to play in the back room that was your room once it wasn't your room with the fucking square TV that ended up getting put in my room.
Well, all TVs are squares.
No. What
Well,
are you
now they're
dumb?
rectangles, but they were squares.
Yeah, the big square box TV with the
That could have
VHS.
been any TV.
No, you know what
Okay.
TV it is.
I didn't have Mortal Kombat. Here's the thing. I never had it. Maybe we
You
rented it from
did.
Blockbuster once.
We played Mortal Kombat, so I don't know what to tell you. Ash says in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyShire, I think couples should vote on last names. I know a girl who almost went from Jen Killer to Jen Sanders, but eventually they did take her last name. So I know Josh and Jen Killer. Yeah, Killer's so much sicker than Sanders.
What do you think the story is of like, you know how someone's like, if their last name's like Smithson, like they were a Smith back in the day, their family, like, how do you get the last name
You
of
know that
Killer?
Papo's last name is not Miller?
Smilchevsky.
No,
Yeah, something like that.
no.
What is it?
I think I wrote it
Yes, it
down.
is.
No, it's not.
Smilchevsky.
No, it's
Yep.
not.
Go
It's
somebody
Miller
somebody go
Miller Kofsky.
run to
It's
Ellis
Miller
Island.
Kofsky. Miller Kofsky.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's not. That is right. Oh my God, Jet, you are the sorest loser.
I mean, how did you get that information from Papo? Because I would seriously question the validity of that information.
Obviously from Grammy.
I still question the validity of it.
We're only here for like 2 more minutes. Streamlabs.com.
Why? I want to stay forever.
Because I have other work to do, and it is a work day. Why? What are you doing this weekend?
Watching the Oscars. I'm doing that. Watching the Last of Us finale. Although, I probably am gonna have to tape that because there's no way Leanne will let us not watch the Oscars with Kate Blanchett up for Best Actress.
I haven't seen this is the first year I haven't seen so many of the movies.
Leanne said that she sent you a meme about Tar, and that
And Maria.
you basically just like brushed it off. You're like, yeah, whatever.
No, I didn't.
What did you
I'll tell
say?
you what.
She wrote, oh, like something like, oh, I saw this and thought of you, and I haven't seen Tar.
This is what happened. She sent me a meme with Maria and Tar and said, "Don't know if you've seen Tar yet, but the memes are fire." And this one just showed up on Twitter feed, and I wrote, "Ha ha ha ha! No, I haven't!" Exclamation point.
Rude.
Okay, seems shady.
Um,
All right.
what haven't you?
So
What of the best pictures have you seen?
I've only seen In a Sheeran. I
Ugh.
saw Top Gun. I saw Everything Everywhere. I saw what else is nominated?
Uh, All Quiet in the Western Front,
Didn't see it.
Women Talking,
Didn't see it.
Fablemans,
Love that. That's one of my favorite movies of the year. I saw Elvis.
Elvis,
I saw Avatar. I didn't see
Triangle
Tar.
of Sadness.
Didn't see it.
I saw. So I can't believe I haven't seen All Quiet in the Western Front because I love war movies. But I haven't seen that yet. And then I didn't see Women Talking or Triangle of Sadness, but everything else I saw.
Mm.
What's your favorite?
Marcel the Shell.
And it's but that got nominated for best animation, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna lose to Pinocchio, which I'm devastated about.
Ooh, that's a tough race. Those were both really good movies.
So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now until we meet again.
What show was that from?
Out of the box, I think.
Out of the box. Out of the box. Was that a Nickelodeon show or a Disney show
Don't
or
think it was
PBS
either.
show?
PBS, I think, but I'm not sure.
There was a show that you should have been in when you were a kid that was,
Zoom. I know. Come on
it
and
was in
Zoom. Come
Boston,
on
yeah.
and Zoom.
Why weren't you on that?
I don't know. I really should have been. Mom and
You
dad
should
were
have
not on top
auditioned.
of it like that. And I have friends out
Deadbeat
here that I've
parents.
met that were in it, and I'm so jealous. It's crazy. All right, Jet, what are you up to? Tell the people where they can find you. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
You can find me, below there on my social media at Jet Stryer. Nice and easy. All sorts of stuff on Twitter. Doing my podcast on basketball a couple times a week. So go to youtube.com/Jet Stryer for the YouTube version. Or if you want the podcast version, I'll tweet out the link, or you can type in the Pick and Roll NBA podcast, and that will show up right there. It's wherever podcasts are found. So that sort of stuff. And you can find me on Live at the Roxy whenever I get invited.
It's been a while. What happened?
Too long, too long.
Okay. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. Wherever you're on the rainbow, we love you. And golden sparkles for Glenn. We're thinking about you, Glenn. We are still wishing you the quickest, safest, most full and whole recovery. Think about you every single day and really hope you're doing okay. I see that we do have one more Streamlabs rolling through. Let's see what is going on in here. It is Familia himself, John Lestrina, who says 69 days till Fast X Last of Us finale this Sunday. Yep, those are facts. Thank you, Familia. Okay, later.
See everybody.